Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine and today I will be doing a reading from the Storyteller Tarot. I've just completed doing a review of the Storyteller Tarot, and if you are interested in seeing all of the cards and getting a little bit of information about the author illustrator of the Storyteller Tarot, please see that video. So for right now, I'm going to use a spread that was in the guidebook that goes along with the card deck. And it is called a Choose Your Own Adventure. And this is an excellent spread if you're examining alternatives for some course of action in your life. Do I apply for the job? Do I apply for that job? Do I swipe right on that thing on my dating app? Or do I engage? All kinds of choices. But let's just look at some general choices. Maybe get a little encouragement out of this deck. All right, so see who we got here. So our first card is our foundation card or our signature card. So who's the main character of this Choose Your Own Adventure story? And we're going to begin with Page of Coins. So a Page of Coins, and they've used the Chinese astrology here. This is the Beast of Winter. Okay, so post-production. All right. So our first card is the Page of Coins, and this is the Black Warrior of the North in Chinese mythology. So our main character is Page of Coins. So typically in a Page of Coins, you're looking at somebody who is persistent, somebody who is very, very grounded, and somebody who is a student, somebody who's learning, somebody working on growth. All right, so we have, okay, our main character is a student. All right, so what's our inspiration? What happens to our character? Two of Coins, but Two of Coins is in reverse. I did plant some reversals in this set. So, Two of Coins in reversed. The Rooster. Which means that perhaps our situation is we're having trouble making a decision. Oh my goodness, and this is a decision spread. Yes, okay. So, having a little trouble making a decision. Let's see what we can do with this. Well, the first thing to know is, what do you want? And a lot of people will come to me for a tarot reading because they're like, oh my gosh, I have this issue. And one of my first questions to them is, well, what do you want to happen? And sometimes they draw a little bit of a blank. They're not sure that they had considered what they really wanted to happen. They just wanted something to happen. It's like, well, let's focus on what you want. And so that's what this card's going to do. Six of Coins. Bunch of little monkeys playing there with the Six of Coins. Six of Coins is usually a card that means everybody doing their part, everybody doing what's expected. There's a giving, there's a taking, there's a reciprocity, fulfilling a role. So you want somebody, student, having trouble coming to a decision, wants people to do what they're supposed to do. And this person could be a teacher trying to figure out if they want to stay with teaching because all of the little students are bonkers. That could be a little bit of baggage. I have a friend who's going through that right now. This may be just for her. Or it may be a common problem. I bet it is. All right, so what do you need to know about choice one? Choice one, Judgment in reverse. In reverse. So this is from Dante's Purgatoria there, being cleansed by Beatrice in the holy water. The story of Dante and Beatrice is rather interesting in that it's not very interesting. Was his muse and the object of his desire, and somebody he never ever was in contact with, apparently. Everybody was doing what they ought to in that sense. So if we can take that from Dante and Beatrice, maybe everybody doing what they ought to be doing isn't really what's the best thing to do. And that's what you need to know. It also could mean that something about following a calling or not following a calling. Maybe that's part of our dichotomy here. Well, let's continue to explore. What you need to know about your other options. Your other option. Six of Hearts. So Six of Hearts this is the Fountain of Youth. And it's a bit of a nostalgia card. It's a little bit about looking backwards. Maybe you're trying to relive something. Maybe you're trying to go back to the beginning and start over. Well, what happens if we do those things? So let's look at the first inning. Let's see if we don't follow a calling, what happens? What happens? Page of Hearts. The winged cap of Hermes or Mercury. So maybe you don't keep doing what you're doing. Maybe you do break off and do something new, or you go back to the beginning, you go back to the drawing board, you go back to square one, you take a different choice. But if you decide to go in a new inspiration, it will be inspiring. There is an uplift there. There's a sense of positive choice. Let's look over here. We go back to square one, the moon. There's some fears that have to be dealt with there. We've got the dog who ate the moon from Chinese mythology. So sticking which way is this going? Going in a new direction here seems to have a lot more positive energy. Whatever this intellectual activity is, and the difficulty of the decision, and if you want to get into a place where you feel like you're doing the right thing, with this Six of Coins, it may mean having to walk away from something that you thought was initially a calling and follow a new inspiration. And that is a big choice. But the alternative, if you go with your past decisions and you stick with it perhaps out of duty, loyalty, nostalgia, then we have the rather frightening outcome of being devoured by fears. And if fear is what's keeping you in place, then you really, really need to examine what you're really afraid of. Are you afraid of change? Are you afraid of failure? Or are you inspired to get into a new place, to kind of get clear of something that you thought was a calling that didn't really turn out to be the right thing for you, and get some new inspiration? As a person who's changed careers a couple of times, I can certainly anticipate the anxiety that one feels doing that. But just looking at these cards, it would seem that doing the same old is not really going to work out. Because if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always got. And if you are frustrated and you feel out of balance, that won't change unless you change something. So change is hard. I agree. Change is hard. But it's necessary. It's necessary for growth. And this is a character right here, even though is a little monstrous in this particular version of the card, but the Page of Coins is a character of change and growth, of study, inner growth. So if you want growth, you will have to embrace change. Okay? You want everybody to do what they're supposed to do. That means you have to do what you're supposed to do, and that might mean making a change. Okay? Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I'm pulling for you, whatever your choices are. Good luck, okay? Thank you for watching. Bye for now.